Shaka Zulu, the military genius who shaped Southern Africa. Ever heard of a leader who revolutionized warfare and forged an empire from scattered tribes? Prepare to delve into the epic saga of Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu's story begins in the late 18th century, a time of immense upheaval in southern Africa. Born out of wedlock to Zulu chief Senzanga Kona and Nandi, his early life was marked by hardship and social stigma. These early experiences shaped his character, instilling in him a fierce determination and a burning desire to prove himself. Little did anyone know, this ostracized child would become one of history's most influential military leaders. Shaka's military genius became evident when he joined the Mthethwa army under Dingiswayo. He quickly rose through the ranks, introducing revolutionary tactics and weaponry that transformed warfare. He replaced the traditional throwing spear with the assegai, a short, stabbing spear, and implemented rigorous training regimes. These innovations emphasized speed, discipline, and close-quarters combat, giving his warriors a decisive edge. Shaka's reforms extended beyond weaponry. He reorganized the army into age-based regiments, creating a highly structured and loyal fighting force. This system fostered camaraderie and instilled a sense of collective identity among his soldiers. Upon Dingiswayo's death, Shaka seized the Zulu chieftaincy, inheriting a small and relatively insignificant clan. But with his military prowess and unwavering ambition, he set out to transform the Zulu into a dominant power. Shaka's reign was characterized by a period of intense expansion and consolidation. Through a combination of military conquest and shrewd diplomacy, he brought numerous Nguni-speaking tribes under Zulu control. His military campaigns were often brutal, but they were also driven by a vision of creating a unified and powerful Zulu nation. He offered conquered tribes a choice: join the Zulu or face annihilation. Many chose to join, drawn by the promise of protection and the opportunity to share in the Zulus' growing power. Shaka skillfully integrated these new members into Zulu society, fostering a sense of shared identity and loyalty. His diplomatic skills were equally important. He forged alliances with some tribes, offering them protection and trade in exchange for loyalty and military support. This strategy further strengthened his position and expanded his influence. Shaka's reign, though relatively short, 1816 to 1828, had a profound and lasting impact on southern Africa. He transformed the Zulu from a small clan into a formidable kingdom that dominated the region. His military innovations and organizational skills created a highly effective fighting force that instilled fear and respect throughout the land. The Zulu Kingdom became a major political and military power, shaping the course of African history. However, Shaka's rule was also marked by violence and displacement. The Mfikane, or the Crushing, was a period of widespread warfare and migration triggered by Shaka's expansion. Many tribes fled the Zulu advance, leading to further conflicts and displacement across southern Africa. The Mfikane had a devastating impact on the region, reshaping its demographics and political landscape. Shaka Zulu remains a complex and controversial figure in African history. He is revered by some as a brilliant military strategist and nation-builder, while others criticize his brutality and the devastating consequences of his conquests. His military innovations and organizational skills are undeniable, and his impact on the Zulu Kingdom and Southern Africa is undeniable. He created a powerful and unified Zulu nation that resisted colonial encroachment for decades. However, the human cost of his ambition cannot be ignored. The Mfikane resulted in widespread death, displacement, and suffering, leaving a lasting scar on the region. Understanding Shaka Zulu requires a nuanced perspective, acknowledging both his achievements and his flaws. He was a product of his time, a leader who rose to power in a turbulent and violent era. Shaka's assassination in 1828 by his half-brothers Dingane and Milangana marked the end of an era. Dingane succeeded him as king, but he lacked Shaka's military genius and political acumen. Under Dingane's rule, the Zulu Kingdom faced new challenges, including increasing pressure from European settlers. The Boers, Dutch-speaking farmers who had migrated north from the Cape Colony, began to encroach on Zulu territory. The conflict between the Zulu and the Boers culminated in the Battle of Blood River in 1838. The Boers, armed with firearms, decisively defeated the Zulu army, marking a turning point in the history of the kingdom. Despite this defeat, the Zulu Kingdom continued to resist colonial encroachment for several decades. Under King Cetshwayo, the Zulu inflicted a stunning defeat on the British at the Battle of Isandlwana in 1879. However, the British eventually prevailed, defeating the Zulu at the Battle of Ulundi later that year. Cetshwayo was captured and exiled, and the Zulu Kingdom was divided into smaller chiefdoms. Despite the eventual defeat and colonization of the Zulu Kingdom, the Zulu people have maintained their cultural identity and traditions. The Zulu language and customs continue to thrive in South Africa today. The story of Shaka Zulu and the Zulu Kingdom remains an important part of African history, a testament to the resilience and strength of the Zulu people. It is a story of military innovation, political ambition, and cultural pride. The Zulu Kingdom's resistance to colonial rule inspired other African societies to resist European domination. Shaka Zulu's legacy continues to resonate in South Africa and beyond, a symbol of African pride and resistance. To truly understand Shaka, we must consider the psychological factors that shaped his actions. His difficult childhood, marked by rejection and social isolation, likely contributed to his ambition and ruthlessness. Some historians argue that Shaka suffered from a form of paranoia, leading him to distrust those around him and to resort to extreme measures to maintain control. His obsession with military discipline and his intolerance of dissent may be seen as evidence of this. Others suggest that Shaka was a visionary leader who understood the need for unity and strength in the face of external threats. His military reforms and his efforts to create a unified Zulu nation were driven by a desire to protect his people from colonial encroachment. Regardless of the psychological factors at play, it is clear that Shaka was a complex and driven individual. His actions were shaped by a combination of personal experiences, political circumstances, and a deep-seated desire to create a powerful and lasting legacy. Shaka's military innovations were not simply about new weapons and tactics. They represented a fundamental shift in the way warfare was conducted in southern Africa. He emphasized discipline, speed, and close-quarters combat, creating a highly effective fighting force. His reorganization of the army into age-based regiments fostered camaraderie and instilled a sense of collective identity among his soldiers. This system ensured that all Zulu men were trained and ready to fight, creating a powerful and readily available military force. Shaka's use of the buffalo horns formation, in which the main force attacked the enemy head-on while flanking units encircled them, was a brilliant tactical innovation. This formation allowed the Zulu to overwhelm their enemies and achieve decisive victories. His emphasis on rigorous training and physical fitness ensured that his warriors were in peak condition. He instilled in them a sense of discipline and obedience that made them a formidable fighting force. The Mifekein was a period of widespread warfare and migration that had a profound impact on southern Africa. While Shaka's expansionist policies undoubtedly contributed to the Mifekein, it is important to understand the other factors that were at play. Population growth, competition for resources, and climate change all contributed to the instability and conflict that characterized the region in the early 19th century. Shaka's rise to power exacerbated these existing tensions, leading to widespread displacement and warfare. The consequences of the Mifekein were devastating. Millions of people were killed or displaced, and entire societies were disrupted. The Mifekein reshaped the demographics and political landscape of southern Africa, creating new alliances and rivalries. While Shaka is often blamed for the Imifacane, it is important to recognize that he was not the sole cause. The Mofokeng was a complex phenomenon with multiple causes and consequences. Shaka Zulu has been the subject of numerous books, films, and television series. These portrayals have often romanticized or sensationalized his life and reign, blurring the line between myth and reality. Some portrayals depict Shaka as a ruthless tyrant, while others portray him as a heroic warrior and nation builder. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. It is important to approach these portrayals with a critical eye, recognizing that they are often shaped by the biases and perspectives of their creators. To gain a more accurate understanding of Shaka Zulu, it is essential to consult a variety of sources, including historical documents and scholarly analyses. By separating myth from reality, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of Shaka Zulu's life and legacy. He was a remarkable figure who shaped the course of African history, but he was also a product of his time, a leader who made difficult choices in a turbulent and violent era. The Zulu Kingdom's resistance to colonial rule played a significant role in the scramble for Africa. The Zulus' victory at the Battle of Isandlwana in 1879 sent shockwaves throughout the British Empire and demonstrated the potential for African resistance. This victory, though ultimately short-lived, inspired other African societies to resist European domination. The Zulu Kingdom's struggle against colonial rule became a symbol of African pride and resistance. The British eventually defeated the Zulu, but the Zulus' resistance delayed the colonization of southern Africa and forced the British to commit significant resources to the region. The Zulu Kingdom's legacy of resistance continues to inspire people around the world. The story of the Zulu Kingdom and the scramble for Africa is a reminder of the complex and often brutal history of colonialism. It is a story of resistance, resilience, and the enduring struggle for freedom and self-determination. This exploration of Shaka Zulu and the Zulu Kingdom is just the beginning. There's a wealth of information waiting to be discovered about this fascinating period in African history. Dive deeper into the social structures, cultural practices, and economic systems of the Zulu people. Explore the lives of other key figures in Zulu history, such as Dingaan, Cetshwayo, and Mzilikazi. Consider the impact of colonialism on the Zulu people and their ongoing struggle for self-determination. By continuing to learn and explore, we can gain a deeper understanding of the Zulu Kingdom and its enduring legacy. Ready to expand your knowledge? The world of Zulu history awaits! Intrigued by the epic story of Shaka Zulu and the rise of the Zulu Kingdom? Now is the time to take your historical knowledge to the next level. Subscribe to our channel for more captivating historical narratives. Delve deeper into the world of online learning and discover courses that bring history to life. Share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and ignite their passion for the past. Together, let's unlock the secrets of history and inspire a new generation of learners.